Hey everybody, College Football Weekly Hunter here, and today we are going over my top 5 games of Week 1. Man, it's going to be a great week. I'm excited to get into it, and let's get started with number 5. My number 5 game of Week 1 is Florida State versus Alabama. And two new quarterbacks, Ty Simpson and Castellanos. It's going to be a great, showing for both teams to show what they have. And Florida State coming off a really bad season last year, that's not them. And that's not what they think. So they're going to have to prove everything they've got, and they've got to find somebody to be able to guard there. That guy, Ryan Williams, he's a beast, and Ty Simpson, all he has to do is just get the ball to him. And I think the Alabama running game will be very strong, and there's no telling what's on Florida State's defense right now. I think they're a very go-get people team, which is nothing wrong with that. You're allowed to do that, so there's nothing really wrong about that. But this game, man, it's a big one, and I think bigger for Florida State than it is Alabama for sure. Florida State needs to win this game and to get their program back to where they want it, and I think that all starts with this game right here. And number 4, Georgia Tech versus Colorado. It's a little bit of a shocker of a game. I could have put Syracuse and Tennessee right here. But Georgia Tech, man, they have a lot coming back, especially on offense. But on defense, it's a little shaky at sometimes. They had a great game against Georgia at Georgia Tech last year. And, they showed up. It was a rival game, so rival games are usually like that. It doesn't matter what the rankings are or anything. They've got Haynes King, and that kid can throw the football. He's going to be an NFL talent for sure. And on Colorado, man, Shador, Travis Hunter, and Shiloh Sanders are gone. So it's time for Deion to coach somebody other than his kids, which is, going to be exciting to see. And that Slater kid from Liberty and Julian Lewis, they're great quarterbacks. And, we'll see how this goes. This is a weird matchup to me. This is like a bowl game matchup, honestly. And I just think it's going to be an exciting game. I think Georgia Tech will handle that game very well. And number 3 game of Week 1 is Miami versus Notre Dame. Notre Dame went to the Natty last year. They beat Georgia and Penn State. They had a great season last year, and but they lost a lot of people. And that's Marcus Freeman is a very good coach. He's very smart, and he knows what to do and how to rebuild, and how to make his team better throughout the year. And that's what you're supposed to be able to do, is get better through the year, not stay the same or get worse. But C.J. Carr, he's going to have to ball out. And Carson Beck, we get to see him in a Miami jersey. And there's no telling how this game's going to go. I think Notre Dame might have the edge a little bit, but not much different right there. Pretty much evenly matched teams right there. And at number 2, Ohio State versus Texas. Big game. It's a Week 1 game. After this game, these teams are going to be rooting for each other to win, so it looks good on their resume later down in the season. Ohio State bringing Julian Sayin after Will Howard last year, and they're not looking for much of a drop-off, honestly, because he gets to throw to Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate. And that's really just throw it up to 4, honestly. Texas had a great secondary last year, one of the best defenses, if not the best, in college football last year. And they could stop the run very well, and that's what they do the best. And Ohio State can also run the football very good. So we're going to be able to see how these two teams collide for sure. And we get to see Arch Manning as well, see if he lives up to it. And at number 1, I've got the Clemson Tigers. And for my number 1 game of Week 1 of college football is Clemson versus LSU. Clemson, man, they've got a lot coming back. 18 of their starters are coming back from last season, and they've all grown with each other. Cade's been there for a few years, and he's been with these offensive linemen. We have one of the best offensive linemen coming back, and, man, the whole offensive line is good, I feel like. And they're very experienced, they're veterans. And, you've got Bryant Westcott, TJ Moore, and, Adam Randall at running back, Cade at quarterback. This offense is going to light things up. And I think they'll shock LSU's, secondary a lot. on week 1. And LSU, man, I mean, they, it's going to be a tough game. They lose this game. They haven't won a first week game in forever, a opening game. And, I mean, you could say the same about Clemson. The last time they won an opening game was against Georgia Tech, and that was with DJ Uiagalelei. But that's my top 5 games for this week of the first week of college football. Thank you guys for watching. Check out our podcast on Spotify, and we really appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace.